Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate?
Yes!
Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need, get over the fear, and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello everybody, Michael Quarles with the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show, and we have podcast episode 268. It is 5 questions sent in, and let's get started. Question number 1. I have a seller that has a judgment against her, and it's stopping us from closing on the property. The judgment needs to be paid off before we can close, but the judgment is from a loan agency that has been out of business since 2008. What can I do to get this problem solved? Well, there's a couple things. Most title insurances will allow a bond to be purchased for 1.5 times the lien amount. So you could do that. Someone just has to buy the bond. You know, that protects the insurance company to take care of that stuff for you. They may be on an old lien, they may require 2 times, but you can do that. The other thing, you could buy it subject to the existing bond. You just have a hard time selling it again. So that's about the only thing you can do. Other than that, they're paying, and you know what? I hate this kind of stuff. I hate it. I've got one I'm doing right now. I stand to make a bucket load of money, and I have a seller who wants to sell. I have me who wants to buy. I have everything set up, but we cannot find the lender. I have hired couriers. I have hired people. I have tried, and it's a pain in the you-know-what. So good luck. Question number 2. I'm considering a small multifamily that apparently had a bad bed bug problem in 2012, at which time the current owner vacated the building and spent $7,000 treating it. Since then, he has maintained a regular bed bug prevention program. Here's my dilemma. During my due diligence period, I have scheduled the inspection twice. First inspector pulls out without explanation. Second inspector emails me saying, sorry, I have to decline. Word has it that this building is a mess and has a bad bug problem, and it just has a bad reputation in the investor community. So I call him, and he reiterates the same thing over the phone and suggests that I contact someone out of the area who doesn't know about the building to inspect it. So now I am questioning, should I go through with the purchase? Absolutely not. None whatsoever. Unless you're going to buy the property as a teardown, land-only value, and rebuild. Because your buyer who would try to buy it from you would have the same problem. And you can't keep it from your buyer. Any information you have, and you now have it, you can't keep it. You have to disclose it. It's a transfer disclosure statement, and you have to put it on that, and your buyer won't buy because they're going to have the same issue. So unless you get it for land value only, then buy it. And if you do that, then call the fire department up, tell them that you'll donate that structure for burn training, and they'll come out and burn it down for you. But that's what I do.
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through yellow letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started, and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 3. What do you do if your buyer wants to close at another title company? It really depends on how much money I have at stake. The reality is I'm pretty confident when I talk to a seller. I don't give them the power, but if you've given them the power, you're standing to make 50, 60 grand. I don't care. Fine, let's go to the other title company. I wouldn't have positioned it that way in the first place. Typically, whoever pays the bill is who gets to go to the title company. So that's typically, the rule. But if they're paying the bill, yeah, they should be able to go to whoever they want. Not a big deal. It's nothing to worry about. Question number 4. When just starting out wholesaling and beginning to build a list, does the median price of the house really make that much of a difference when selecting a market? Well, the reason we pick the median price is we know that's the middle of the houses that are bought. That's the value. We also know if you start really researching your numbers, the lower valued homes sell faster because they have 2 types of buyers. They have an investor buyer, absentee owner guy or gal, and they have an owner-occupant buyer, where the higher end stuff only has the owner-occupant buyer. And so historically, that made a big difference because we want to know where our customer, our buyer is buying. That's important. Great question. Question number 5. For an investor that is not a real estate agent or broker, would you advise them to still sell on the MLS, or would it make more sense to find cash buyers? Now, sell on the MLS. You're out there, your job is to find property that has a 30% spread for you. That's your job. So if you could talk to one or two people, you could talk to a seller, buy a property, make 30% equity, or you can talk to a buyer and sell them a property and save 6%. And mathematically, it doesn't make sense. It absolutely does not make sense. Always want to talk to sellers, put it on the MLS. Here's the other thing about the MLS. 75% of our investor pool uses the MLS to find the properties they want to invest in. Mainly because when an area has a lot of out-of-town investors, the only way they can find property is to hire a local real estate professional who knows the area to find them property. And they're not necessarily looking for massive amounts of equity. They're looking for cash flow and depreciable write-offs. So it's a tax advantage for them. Typically, they'll do a 1031. It's no big deal. So the majority, 75%, are using real estate professionals. We want to place our product where those folks go. Now, this does not mean you should not be working on your buyer's list. Go down to the local auction, the trustee sale auction, mingle with all those guys and gals there that are buying properties for cash, get all their business cards, and when you have a property, shout out to them that you have one. Every time you have an offer made on a property that you have that you can't accept or do accept, either one, write down the agent's name, the contact information, and write down the contact for the person who made you the offer. And prior to the next one, reach out to those people. Call that agent, say, hey, agent, I have a listing. Do you have a buyer? Maybe you'd get it sold fast that way. Or then call the buyer. Hey, you made an offer on a property. I didn't accept it. I accepted somebody else's, but I have a like type property. Are you in the market looking? Not a big deal. But that MLS is going to get your house sold fast. Fast. I mean, a lot of our problem also as new investors is we don't have any time. So dedicate all of your time to find the seller. That's where the money's made. Great questions today, guys. Man, I'm excited. Man, I got some news for my coaching students today in like a little bit. That's just going to rock their world. I can't wait to share it with everybody. But our coaching program is working lightning speed, man. It is cool. These folks are out there buying houses. They have all the resources and the tools, the CRMs, the call center to answer their phone for them. They have all the classes. We got 52 classes a month. I mean, they're just taking names, and it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it, but today's announcement addition to the coaching program is going to be awesome. So take a look at the coaching program if you're interested. And you guys have a wonderful, 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 wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.